Check.
Test.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Check 1, 2, 3.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Remember trying to set levels, and then you get back with your package. This is Inside Look. I'm Jeff Lyons, along with our departed, but maybe that's the wrong way to put it, our recently retired Dan Katz from The Morning Show. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I feel like I see you more now that you're retired on TV than I did when you were on TV.
Yeah, some commercials still air.
Yeah?
I probably recorded those over a year ago.
And the royalty checks keep coming in.
No,
They're supporting
no,
your...
No, I got a one-time little fee. That was it. But, it's people say they see me all the time on TV. I'm like,
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Well, and this was a big year for the Thunderbolts.
Yes.
I mean, couldn't be any bigger than that, right?
Yes. Winning the President's Cup, the League Championship, it was amazing. And it was such a great celebration. It's, my fourth year emceeing the team. And what a culmination! It was just joyous in the arena when they won.
Now, how did this emceeing the team get started? Did you pitch the idea to them, or was there always an MC, or was there? I mean, there was never a Dan Katz MC, and there is a distinction here.
Well,
when you have Dan Katz involved.
I think that's
no.
nice of you to say.
That's sincere.
What happened was the guy that was doing it before me, Steve Rickard, he was moving into marketing, and they needed an MC. So. A guy that used to work here, actually, Derek
Bratton.
Bratton, yes. He suggested I come in and interview. So I came in and they said, okay, well, I mean, sure, if you want. And I'm like, all right. I didn't even know what I was getting into, but it
You didn't have to audition, like they say, okay, here's a kiss cam. What would you do?
I really didn't have to audition. I guess they went on my name or something. I thought maybe I could handle it, and the rest is history, I guess. So
yeah.
I did my fourth year.
So was there any briefing involved? Like, okay, Dan, when you MC and the first period we want this, then we have a giveaway, or did they just say, have fun and hand you a mic?
No, there's a script.
Is there really?
A script to follow.
Okay.
You have certain times when you do your little spiel, I guess.
Yeah.
Under 15, under 10, and under 5 timeouts. And we play games and we do fun things and we go out on the ice during intermissions and have giveaways, and it's a lot of fun. And the fans are so dedicated. I've made so many friends. I had no idea how diehard a lot of these fans are. It's amazing. And a lot of them are my friends now. It's incredible.
So what's your routine to get pumped up before you get everybody else pumped up? Like, are you in the green room back there kind of, breathing heavy and jumping up and down on a trampoline, or what do you do?
No, but that's a good idea. I haven't done that. I've just kind of turned the mic on and go.
Yeah.
I really don't do much prep. I look over my script, highlight what I'm supposed to say, like a nerd, and I just
You were never a nerd. You've never been characterized as a nerd in your entire life, have you? I mean, you were always one of the cool kids.
I don't know about that. I mean, I appreciate that compliment. It's very flattering, but I felt like a nerd many times, out of my element in many situations.
Not this one, though. This is your element right here. Just talking into mics.
Pressure, talking to Jeff on the podcast.
Oh, wow,
man,
wow.
That's a big deal. So, I'm feeling a little pressure here, Jeff. But it's been a great 4 years with the Thunderbolts, and hopefully they want me back for a fifth, but we'll see.
Okay, well, let's take a few steps back, because I wanted to get right to the current first, but we got to do the Dan Katz story. A lot of people, remember seeing you here on the morning program for 30-plus years, but, before that, there was Dan Katz, the reporter, Dan Katz, the sports guy, Dan Katz over at Channel 7, and prior to that, college and so on.
Right.
So where did you come from? How did you get here?
Well, I was born in San Francisco.
I did not know that. I thought you were born up in Champaign.
No, I was born in San Francisco.
Wow. This is breaking news on the podcast.
Long time ago. And when I was 13, my mother, who was a professor of early childhood education at the University of Illinois, got a job at the University of Illinois. And we moved in 1968, my brother and sister and I have a younger brother and a younger sister. We all moved to Urbana, Illinois. And we came from California to Urbana in January. And we got here and there was like 2 feet of snow on the ground. And I was like, I'd never seen snow before. So we grew up there, went to Urbana High School, class of 72, and went to SIU Carbondale. I was on the 9-year college plan from the time I graduated high school to the time I graduated college, because I was kind of feeling my way around, like a lot of people did back in the 70s.
What did you go down there to do initially? To
Carbondale?
Carbondale, yeah.
To get into the radio TV program.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And I met my lovely wife.
Right. Beth Ann.
Beth Ann there, and we ended up getting married. But that's where I got my bachelor's degree. And then I started applying for jobs. And it took a few months, but I got a job at Channel 7 in December of 1981.
Okay.
Gosh, you're testing my memory here, Jeff. And then I was
That's
there.
part of the
Oh, my
podcast
goodness.
experience is
And
trying to remember things or
and
make them
so,
up, right?
Yeah, I'll try not to make up too much stuff. But I worked there for about a year and a half, and they let me go. And then 2 weeks later, I got a job here. I was a day away from moving back home to Champaign. But then I got a job here, and I guess the rest is history. I started doing all kinds of things, reporting, general assignment, did some weather. I started doing weather on Sunrise, so they quickly put an end to that after they realized I wasn't really a meteorologist or anything.
I remember you doing the weather, though, here on 14 when you came over.
Yeah.
Of course, they would just put anybody on, nothing
much.
against
No,
you,
no,
but
no,
you know how it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were one of those utility players, I would characterize.
Yes, I think.
I mean that in a good way, because you could do sports,
appreciate
weather,
that.
report, anchor, do it all.
I think my versatility helped me.
Yeah.
And then when they had the opening, when they started to do the morning show, Sunrise, they asked me to do it. I'm like, yeah, sure. And my kids were like 9 months old at the time, and it was like kind of a perfect move because, it gave me some stability, and it was tough. The hours were tough, but it was a great gig. I mean, I have no regrets about everything that happened during that time. I did it for 28 and a half years.
Yeah, 20. I rounded up to 30.
No, it's okay. Okay,
Yeah.
fine,
I
30.
mean, more or less. Yeah,
Go
you were
30.
up early all that
Yeah,
time.
it was tough, but it was great. And I worked, even working with Byron was okay. We kind of got used to each other. No, I love him dearly. But now he's the king of Sunrise now. That guy's been on for, 30-something years
Yeah,
now.
32.
Yeah,
So
wow.
we're getting up there a
Yes.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the best part for you of working that morning show? I mean, you had done a lot of different things. As I said before, you were kind of a utility player, kind of like what I think of as a classic broadcaster.
Oh.
And I was like right on the tail end of that, where you were expected to be able to do anything, on camera.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of started to specialize. So like if you did the weather, you couldn't do sports or vice versa.
Right. I think one of the things that helped me was I had some knowledge, put that in quotes, of sports.
Right.
of
Well, you did
weather,
weekend sports for
of
quite a while.
News,
Yeah.
yes. And so I think that always helps when you're doing a Sunrise gig because you're coming on in the morning and you're pulling things out of every genre, and you have to kind of have a little bit of knowledge in these areas to be able to, talk about the game last night if it's the World Series or the Super Bowl or something.
Right.
When some news, just total news nerds, I guess, may not have the knowledge of the sports. And so I think that helped me in a way. I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than anybody. It's just, I think just your overall knowledge of all different subjects, even though it's not deep knowledge, helps you,
So how did you make the decision it's time to retire? And how did it come about? Like it wasn't just in a one fell swoop, right?
I mean, I was 66, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'd had a heart attack in 2021.
Very well concealed. Nobody knew about that inside here right at the time. I mean, a few closely held folks.
I remember I had chest pains at work, and I carried on and I think I did midday that day, and the chest pain, I thought it was indigestion, but anyway, I had a heart attack, and it wasn't, it just put a stent in. It wasn't, major.
Right.
But still, it's a wake-up call. And I just thought it was time. I just felt I'd done everything I could do, and I just wanted a break. I didn't want to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning anymore. And, I love the job. I have no regrets, and I think what I did was better than I ever imagined when I was younger that I could achieve.
Right.
So, I just feel I left it all on the desk, and I just thought, let's just retire and just enjoy life.
What was the feeling like when you left the first time and went down the hill and thought, well, I don't have to go back up there and do news ever again in my life? Was it like the weight of the world off your shoulders, or was it bittersweet?
It was bittersweet.
Yeah.
Because, I have great, my best friends are here. And when I come in now, and I haven't been here in months, I still see people as family. It sounds so corny, but it's true. You really... Because everybody who works in a TV station can relate on a certain level that other people cannot relate to on deadline pressure and things that go wrong and things you do and reaction you get from the community, and it's a small family, but you bond with each other. You make really great friendships.
Yeah.
And one of the things, I know I'm probably going off track a little bit here now, is now that I'm retired and I'm just go out to the store, go wherever, the things people say, it's so rewarding. They say, I miss you on TV. It's like, and I always say, I miss you. What I always tell people is, you don't realize the impact you have on people until you're not there anymore.
Right.
And it's unbelievable. And I don't know if people just say nice things because they know I'm right there and they don't want to say something like I didn't like you or whatever. But it's very heartwarming, and it makes me feel like what I chose as a career was the right choice
and worthwhile.
Yeah.
So now you've turned the page. You're pickleball. You're wearing a pickleball shirt here. So how did that come about for you?
Well, I got a call from Aaron Meyer used to work with her dad, Dave Meyer, who's a big pickleball player. He I think texted me or called me or whatever and said, would you like to try it? And I played tennis years ago, so I had some racket sport knowledge and ability, I guess. But as soon as I started playing pickleball, I just fell in love with it. And a lot of people that are my age, a little younger, a little older, play it. And it's grown, as you know.
Oh,
it's
exponentially.
And I just absolutely, I was playing like 4 or 5 times a week until my body said, Dan, you can't do that. Because I had some back issues. I've got a hip issue now. And I'm not to complain because.
That's your bona fide. So on the pickleball court, usually between each game, everybody talks about various knee replacements, hip replacements, aches and pains, all that stuff.
My brother called it an organ recital because
I like that. An organ recital.
It's like because you get together and talk, I have a shoulder, I have a hip, I have a knee, I have a leg, it's amazing. But people grind through. I play pickleball. More people have braces on, knee braces, ankle braces, limping around. But it's just the love of the sport, and you can make it work even if you're not like a superstar or super athletic. And I've made so many friends.
Yeah. So an opponent shows up with a leg brace on, do you take it easy on them, or do you think, wow, here's one I can really?
It depends what the score is,
well,
how close you are to winning. But I never want to take advantage of somebody's physical disability. It's just you just play as hard as you can, and just you don't worry if you win or lose. It's more a fun thing to do. It's a social activity, and I tell people too. It's like what the beauty of it is. You're having so much fun, you don't realize you're getting exercise, and you can't.
And it is
that.
exercise.
Absolutely.
You're moving
it's
around.
Kept me in halfway decent shape. The last few years. It's been unbelievable.
So now that the hockey season is done, is it just pickleball all the time for you? Or are you still doing anything out at the Otters games? I know you were doing that for a while.
I got to get to an Otters game. I love going, but no, it's really just we got our house remodeled. We're doing stuff around the house. There's always something to do, and sometimes I just I don't feel like doing the thing, and you don't have to because you're retired. You can sit on the couch and just lay around if you want. I tell you one thing I've done a lot of, and you can ask my wife about this. I've caught up on sports. So, I love sports. I'm caught up on watching all the Cubs games, every game I can watch in its entirety. It sounds boring to a lot of people, but I love it. Plus, we're having a great year. And NBA playoffs and football and night games that I couldn't watch before. I know it sounds petty to a lot of people, but I love it.
Yeah, having that part of your day open to you.
Absolutely.
I've even noticed
about
that.
Going to bed.
When I'm off, and I'm home at a time I'm normally always here, it's like, oh, wow, people do that this time of the day. That's interesting.
Yeah,
so
that's one thing I just absolutely love. So.
How are your boys doing? Twins. And, of course, Dan, for those that don't know, Dan had twins. In fact, we were at the hospital, I think, in about the same month. Your boys were born in 93. Right. Patrick, my oldest, in 93. Noah, Jonah. And you went home with them, and we were still in the hospital for a little while.
They were in the hospital for a while, too, a couple of months, but because they were premature. But they're fine now. Noah is in West Palm Beach, Florida. He works for Comcast. He got a promotion. He's in management now. He's based in Atlanta, but he works from home in West Palm Beach. So I don't blame him for staying in West Palm Beach. So anyway, he's doing very well. Yeah. Jonah's in Los Angeles, and he's had about 6 jobs. He just got a new job. I'm sorry, I can't tell you exactly what he does. It's in marketing, and he He loves it. He loves it out there. I don't know why he loves being in the area where he's just.
Well, you've gone to visiting a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, and I have cousins out there, family out there, and I've been out there many times. When I lived on the coast, we went all the time to Los Angeles, and so they're doing great. 32 now, believe it or not, it's crazy. And then as far as family goes, my mom is still hanging in there. She's going to be 93 on June 7th.
I saw the pictures.
Yes, and she has dementia. It's she's not anywhere where she used to be. Obviously, when you get that old,
Yeah.
It's sad, but she still has a gleam in her eye, a smile on her face, and I'm just blessed that I'm 70 and she's hanging in there, which is not a lot of people can say. And so I'm like, I just feel so blessed that she's still in my life.
And your wife Beth Ann, did she retire too,
she's retired,
or is she
although
still
she
working a little
lot
bit
harder than I do? That's for sure. She substitute teaches in the EVSC and in Warwick County during the year, and she just loves it, and it's a way to make some extra cash, just like I do with the Thunderbolts. She does with teaching, and she loves it, and and she can pick and choose where she wants to go, when she wants to go, and she enjoys that. And she's a runner, run walker, and she loves doing that. She's been in many races and does half marathons, 5Ks. She's got some knee issues, but who doesn't at this stage of the game? And
right.
so she's
Stuff starts to break down a little bit.
It does.
So it sounds like you're doing retirement right.
Well, I hope so. I mean,
everything's going well for you.
It is. I feel very blessed. I'm healthy, for the most part, and we're just loving it. There's plenty of things you can do. I mean, and sometimes I got to admit I get kind of. I need to do this. I need that. I don't feel like, because
but
like
you don't have
time.
to. Right. You have nothing but time in some ways. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
but really, everything is. I couldn't be happier. It's turned into a beautiful life, and things have gone very well, and I feel very blessed.
Well, I'm glad you could come out here on Inside Look, because a lot of your fans, your legion of fans out there that are too shy to talk to you in the grocery store, on the pickleball court, they can now see what's going on with Dan Katz.
I'm flattered you asked
every time I see you on TV, though, I think, hey, that guy's still on TV, and you look like you're having even more fun than you did, when you were here doing it for real. Not that isn't for real.
No, I'm glad somebody wanted me to kind of pitch their product. It's an honor that somebody still wants me to show my mug on TV, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you put your mug here on Inside Look.
Thank you.
All
I'm
right.
flattered that you asked me. I really appreciate it,
Well,
Jeff.
thanks for coming out, Dan. And if you'd like to watch any or all of the Inside Look podcasts, you can do that wherever you get your podcasts, or you can watch them on the 14 News YouTube channel. This has been Inside Look with Dan Katz. I'm Jeff Lyons. Thanks for joining.